Today, the Raiders dropped the official jersey numbers for the 2025 rookie class. And let's just say, it caused a little bit of a shakeup. Leading the headlines, Ashton Ginty. The rookie running back just claimed jersey number 2. But here's the twist. That number used to belong to longtime kicker Daniel Carlson. Yep, you heard that right. Carlson, who's worn number 2 ever since the Raiders brought in Marcus Mariota years ago, is now switching back to his old college number, 8. Now, whether Ginty asked nicely, paid a price, or just has that kind of pull, we don't know. But what we do know is that he's one of the most exciting players from this draft class. And if you've seen this guy play, you know he's got the juice to back it up. Let's just hope the number 2 brings him luck. Because the last Raiders first rounder to wear that number, let's just say it didn't work out too well. Now let's roll through the full list of rookie jersey numbers. Cam Miller, number 5, Dante Thornton Jr., number 10, Jack Beck, number 18, Tommy Mellett, number 19, Darian Porter, number 26, Cody Linenberg, number 54, Charles Grant, number 60, Caleb Rogers, number 76, J.J. Pigeon, number 92, Tonka Hemingway, number 97. The future is starting to take shape in silver and black, and I can't wait to see these guys hit the field in their new gear. Now that we've seen the rookie jersey numbers, I've got to say, none of the picks got stuck with any weird digits. In recent years, we've seen some rookies end up with odd numbers that just didn't feel right. But this year, honestly, they're looking pretty clean. And most importantly, fans are hyped that Ashton Ginty will be rocking number 2. That number already looks iconic on him. Speaking of Janty and this draft class, man, people everywhere are talking. Not just fans, but analysts too. Even Todd McShay gave major props to the Raiders. He said what a lot of us were already thinking. This draft was all about value picks. Let's break it down a bit. Ginty at pick 6, huge value. Jack Beck, the wide receiver. I don't care what anyone says. He looks like a day 1 starter. Tough, physical, and can block downfield. Darian Porter is still raw, but he's got tools. Reminds me of Tariq Woolen when he was coming out of UTSA. Dante Thornton Jr. brings that top-tier speed and explosiveness. J.J. Pegues is a monster. Some say the best SEC running back last season. And then there's Tommy Mellott, a quarterback turned wide receiver from Montana State. Think Julian Edelman vibes. He's quick, tested well, and could surprise a lot of people. All in all, this class feels different. This isn't just about stats or combine scores. It's about guys who fit the system and the culture. Even Max Crosby said the same thing on his Rush podcast. And when the face of the franchise backs the draft class, that hits different. Crosby didn't hold back. He praised what John Spych, Pete Carroll, and Tom Brady pulled off. He said they didn't just chase names. They found guys who love football, fit the locker room, and have serious upside. And he's right. A lot of people judge a draft the second it ends. But the truth is, you don't know how good it is until those players hit the field. From what Crosby sees, there was a clear plan, a vision, and more importantly, it was executed perfectly. He talked about how this team is building an identity on and off the field, not just collecting talent, but building a brotherhood. That stuff matters. And here's the thing. Crosby gave credit not just to the front office, but to everyone involved. From Pete Carroll to Spytech, from Brady to Mark Davis. They were all locked in, and it shows. And yeah, I've got to say it again. Bringing in Pete Carroll was a bold move, and I'm all for it. Sure, some fans were hoping for Ben Johnson. And yeah, Carroll is up there in age, but come on. He's not lacing up cleats. He's bringing decades of wisdom, leadership, and a championship mindset. And that's exactly what this young team needs. The Raiders haven't had a coach with real experience since John Gruden, and even that was a mixed bag. But Pete Carroll? He's proven himself on every stage, from college football to the NFL. Now he's bringing that same winning mentality to Las Vegas. Carroll doesn't need to suit up. What he brings is his mind, his football IQ. That's what makes the difference. One of the biggest reasons fans wanted him here was because he can build something this team has lacked for years, a real culture. And don't forget, bringing in Tom Brady only adds to that. With the free agent signings and smart draft picks, the Raiders are building something serious. Then there's the Gino Smith trade, a quiet but brilliant move. It solved the quarterback issue early in the offseason. No scrambling during free agency, no desperation picks in the draft. Sure, a few QBs were still on the board, and yeah, some fans wanted one. But the front office stuck to their plan. They had their eyes on guys like Tommy Mellott and Cam Miller, and they used earlier picks to fill critical gaps elsewhere. Bottom line, Pete Carroll and his staff crushed the offseason. But we all know it's one thing to win the offseason and another to show up when it counts. So while I'm trying to stay level-headed, let's be honest, I'm a biased Raiders fan. I'll always be hyped in the offseason until kickoff proves what's real. Now before we wrap, let's circle back to the draft, specifically Ashton Ginty. Behind-the-scenes clip came out showing the exact moment he got the call from the Raiders. And man, it hits different. You see these young guys waiting, hoping, and then getting the call? It's emotional. Everyone was speculating Ginty to the Raiders, and when it finally happened, it felt right. Seeing his reaction, how pumped he was to join the silver and black, it gave me goosebumps. Whether or not you were rooting for him before, it's official now. Ashton Ginty is a Raider, and I'm behind him 100%. And let's be honest, the Raiders wanting Ginty might have been the worst-kept secret in the league. GM John Spych was the only general manager to show up at Ginty's pro day. Usually, that's a job for the scouts. But Spych was there himself, met with Ginty, and even took him to dinner. That tells you everything you need to know about how much they wanted him. All right, let's talk about who the Raiders could still go after now that the draft is over. Shout out to Silver and Black Pride for highlighting some names that could be great fits. First up, Keenan Allen. The Raiders could use another veteran wide receiver on a short-term deal, and Allen has worked under new WR coach Chris Beatty before. That makes the transition easier. Now, I'll be honest, I'd rather have Amari Cooper. But bringing in Keenan Allen wouldn't be a bad move. He adds depth, and you can never have too many reliable receivers. Next, Asante Samuel Jr. This one just makes sense. With a big hole at nickel corner, Samuel could come in and contribute right away. I've been talking about him all offseason, and it's honestly surprising that no team has signed him yet. He'd bring instant depth and help stabilize the secondary. Other cornerback options include Rasul Douglas and Mike Hilton. Either one would help solidify that position. At safety, there's Justin Simmons. Now the Raiders do like Isaiah Pola-Mao and want to give him a shot. But Simmons brings experience and leadership. Even if he's not what he once was, he could mentor the younger guys and step in when needed. In Pete Carroll's system, that kind of veteran presence matters. How about the defensive line? Enter Zadarius Smith. He might be a rotational player at this point, but he can still rush the passer. Adding a guy like Smith would only boost the defensive front, and honestly, we need all the help we can get there. Now, here's one name that wasn't in the article, but I think it's worth considering: Elijah Moore. Still just 25 years old, Moore has dealt with bad quarterback play, but still managed 61 catches in 2024. He brings speed, depth, and special teams value. He's a low-risk, high-reward signing. And best of all, the Raiders could probably get him for around $4.5 million. Between Moore, Amari Cooper, and Keenan Allen, Moore might be the most intriguing. He's still young and has untapped potential. Given the right opportunity, he could carve out a major role in this offense. So, Raider Nation, that's my list of post-draft free agent fits. Who do you think the Raiders should go after? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.